today we're going to be talking about how to avoid being a sleeper agent, a sleeper simp. What do I mean? Basically, a lot of guys think once they learn the truth about female nature that it's just easy now. And I was like, oh, now that I know the truth, I'll be prepared. Nothing's gonna happen. All my relationships will be fantastic because I know the truth. Fellas, if it was that easy, we would have done it a long time ago. It's not that easy. I'm sorry, but 6 months of studying female nature cannot take away decades, centuries, millennia of programming. It just doesn't work like that. Okay? You can't just automatically get women and then be impervious to any of their, for lack of a better term, weapons. So basically what happens is all of that knowledge that they learned, all the strategies that they know how to implement, all of it just falls to the wayside because they think for some reason, you know what? I know all this knowledge about women and how they operate, but my girl doesn't operate like that. She's different. She is better than these 304s, okay? I know that I got a good one in a million. She's not gonna do me like how these other girls do people. Nah, she's different, right? And that, my friend, is how you become a sleeper simp. You're aware of female nature until you get a girl, and then you go back to the simp tendency. Trust me, this happened to me. And it will happen to you, okay? But I'm not just here to call you out on being a fraud. I'm not just here to do that. No, I'm here to tell you how to maintain the knowledge you've attained without falling into the same patterns. When you first get to know a girl and she doesn't have any obvious red flags, it's very easy to fall into her frame, to reciprocate her emotion, to be as affectionate as she's being to you, and to just let go and just be in the moment. It's very easy. Trust me, I've done it, bro. It's easy for me to be on guard with a masculine chick, right? It's like, oh, I already know what you want. So I'm already coming with my walls up, with my guard up, like, I gotta check any disrespect. I gotta make sure that you don't think that I'm just one of these other bumps, right? But when it's a woman that's pleasant, that's feminine, doing everything that you want her to do, it's really hard to say, no, I still gotta be on my shit. It's real hard because she's being cooperative. And there's nothing more sexy than a woman who's cooperative. Oh my God. You doing what I tell you to do? You arriving when I tell you to arrive? You free when you tell me you free? Oh, bro, that's after my own heart. It's hard to stay vigilant when she's doing everything correctly. And I'm not saying that you have to still treat her like you would the masculine woman. No, she's earned a reprieve, but don't get too comfortable. In order for you to maintain your grasp on female nature and hold tight your masculinity, you need 5 main things. First thing that you need, and it can be one of your best friends, space. You find yourself getting too attached too quickly. You gotta give her a little bit of space. You don't ghost her. You don't cut her off. You just retract your attention just a little bit. If you were giving her 80%, now you give her 60. Now you give her 50. Just a little bit to maintain the air of aloofness, mysteriousness, and also to keep your emotions from developing for her too quickly and you falling into the trap of becoming a simp again. Base, very important, especially at the beginning, because the beginning, everything is butterflies and rainbows. Because it's the beginning, it's new, it's novel, right? But you have to stay vigilant. If you don't have a solid foundation of masculinity and control, you will give in. Number 2, the next thing that you need to avoid being a sleeper simp, purpose. What do I mean? You need to already have some shit going on. whether it's a career you're working towards, a business you're trying to start, some type of goal that you have that needs to be reached within the near future that you're currently working towards. When you have that type of focus in your life, it is hard to let a woman supersede that because the woman just came in, but this purpose has you've been working on for however long already. So obviously the purpose will take priority. So that's going to make it a lot easier to avoid falling in to the woman's frame. Because a lot of the times what happens is when a man falls into the woman's frame or he just becomes a lovesick puppy, it's because he has nothing else going on. He has nothing else to do. So of course, he's gonna fall in with the woman. Of course, that's natural. If you have nothing else to do, the easy thing to do is to make another person your central focus. But when you have a purpose, a goal that you're working towards, it's a lot harder to make her the central focus because you got something else that you got to worry about. So make sure that you have a purpose, either a goal, a career, a job, a business, whatever. Something that has taken the majority of your mental acuity to focus on. Okay, that's what you need. Purpose, very important. The next thing you need to avoid becoming a sleeper simp, friends of the same fucking gender, male friends, that's what you need as well. Male friends keep your masculinity sharp, okay? It's hard to be a bitch when you're around niggas all the time. It's really hard, unless the rest of the niggas are bitches, all right? So you need to make sure that you do not let the relationship you have with your male friends to wane or to linger because you have a girl now, because you have someone that you're talking to. Keep those relationships strong because they were there before her and they will be there after her. At least they should be. I hope you're not one of them dumbass niggas that cuts off all your male friends once you get a girlfriend. Don't do that shit. That's stupid. I promise you, do not do that. Okay? So, male friends are one of the best ways to combat the pussification that comes with being around a girl for too long. So make sure that you have those relationships because they will keep you sharp. They will keep you out. They will keep you social, and they will keep you busy. Male friends. The fourth thing that you need to avoid becoming a sleeper simp, self-love / self-respect. You need to have a strong foundation of love for yourself and respect for yourself in order to be involved with one to multiple women. If you do not have any self-respect or self-love, you will self-deprecate repeatedly, bend to whatever it is she wants. You will have no spine, no backbone. And at first, she'll enjoy it. Oh, this guy does whatever I tell him to do. He does whatever I ask him to do. This is nice. But after a while, she's gonna get bored because you're making it too easy. In the beginning, the woman should be working for your attention. Whether it's hitting you up, texting you, calling you, trying to see you, she should be wanting more of your attention because you're not giving her enough of it. That's how it should be in the beginning. If every time she hits you up, you're available. Every time she hits you up, you have nothing else going on and you just want to do whatever she does, try to make everything as perfect as possible and give her everything that she needs so she does not have to want for anything. You're making it too easy. You're making it too easy. Where's your self-respect? Don't you love yourself enough to know that you just can't give everything so quickly, so easily? Anything that is given easily is worthless. It has no value. The harder the woman works to gain your attention, the more she will value it. Supply and demand, bro. It's economics. So self-respect and self-love is paramount because if you love and respect yourself, you know that you can only do so much for a woman. You can only do so much for another person that is not you. Because at the end of the day, you should be your own priority, always, not somebody else. And the last thing you need to avoid becoming a sleeper simp, hobbies. You gotta be able to do some fun shit on the side, bro. Whatever you enjoy, whether it's video games, sports, some type of exercise or activity. You need to have other avenues of interest that you explore to keep your life abundant and full. Because the more things you have to take your attention, the less attention you have to give to the woman, the less likely you are to become emotionally attached to the woman and succumb to her whims and be that sleeper simp that you want to avoid. It's hard for me to be completely infatuated with a woman if I got shit I gotta do. If I know I'm going shooting later, right? If I know I'm going boxing later, if I know I'm going to do calisthenics later, if I know that I'm going to a party later, if I know that I'm finna go dancing later. Like, there's so many things that I could be doing. The woman gotta damn near fight to get some time with me. I'm not available all the time because I got other shit I gotta do, other shit that requires my attention. You should always make sure that you have a good amount of hobbies, things that just allow you to escape from reality for just a little bit without having to worry about any responsibility or stress, and just something that decompresses you, bro. Because if you make the woman that and the replacement of your hobbies, it's not a solid foundation. It's fairly weak because women cannot handle the type of pressure. So like I said, make sure you have hobbies. So just to reiterate, the 5 things you need in order to avoid being a sleeper simp: space, purpose, friends, self-love/self-respect, and hobbies. These are all the things that you will need in order to avoid falling back into the decades and centuries and millennia of programming where you are at the woman's beck and call and you become unattractive to the woman. This is all easy for me to say, but it is very difficult in practice. To live a life of abundance is not always fun. It requires a level of commitment, a level of focus, and a level of responsibility that many men will shirk away from. However, if you're able to successfully do this, you will be rewarded. Not only externally, but internally, you will be rewarded. And it will also separate you from most men. Most men only got one thing going on. But if you understand that you need to be able to have hobbies, have a purpose, maintain friendships, have a deep ingrained self-love and respect for yourself, and understand the value of giving space, you're on another level. But you have to make sure that your foundation is solid first. Otherwise, fall into all the same tropes. Sooner or later, you'll notice, damn, she was kind of bitchy today. What did I do? I gave her everything that she asked for. What's the problem? You gave her too much. That's the problem. You made her the central focus of your life. That's the problem. If a woman starts acting bitchy towards you, it's a simple explanation. You've given her too much. Either you're around her too much and you need some space. You've given her too much attention and you need to relinquish that. You've done everything she's asked and you need to stop doing that. You've let her dictate what it is that you want and need and desire. You've let her become the central figure in your life. You let her become the priority. And I'm telling you, whenever you make a woman your priority, she will take it for granted, she will abuse it, and she will lose respect for you. It's not because women are terrible people. It's not because of that. It's because if you cannot make yourself your own priority, how valuable are you, really? How likely are you to be able to provide, protect, be ambitious, have any type of backbone, have any type of authority or responsibility if as soon as you meet a girl, she becomes everything? It's a mechanism. I tell you, bro, the easiest way to see the strength of a man's character is to put a woman in front of him See how he acts. Because women are our kryptonite. They're our weakness. They got the special sauce, bro. If you can't defend yourself against a woman, you can't really defend yourself against anything. Because life is much harder than just a woman. Much harder. To reiterate one more time for my people who did not get the message, in order to avoid being a sleeper simp, in order to avoid falling into the old habits that she found unattractive, you need these 5 things: space, purpose, friends, self-love, self-respect, and hobbies. That is what you need. Take heed of that. Please leave a comment, like, subscribe, share this video with people who need to understand it and who don't already know it. Thanks for tuning in. You're welcome.